Brilliant. Right. So to warm you up, okay, can we have my name is Callum and this is my first French class with Luke after a few weeks.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Callum et c'est mon premier classe de français avec Luc.
Lovely. After a few weeks.
Oh, après plusieurs semaines.
Now, cours, word for class, cours. Let's never say classe. Yeah, classe is the people, so la salle de classe is where you do the class. And cours, so give me my French lesson.
Is that feminine or masculine?
Try saying it and go on the sound rather than the knowledge of whether it's male or female and see which sounds right to you. Say my lesson.
Mon cours.
Good, and you're not going to hear it in your head, so say it out loud.
Mon cours.
Good, now say my lesson feminine.
Ma cours.
Which sounds correct to you?
Masculine.
Mon cours. Don't say masculine, don't remember a fact, remember a sound. So,
Okay.
little tip on gender and vocabulary is if you never ever learn, oh, this is masculine, this is feminine, if you just instinctively learn le cours or la table, or if you imagine it's part of the word, and then it just comes to you instinctively. One other thing, especially when writing, certain words help you more, or you might just have a facility, or you might have heard certain words more. So, for example, if you say to somebody, "What's this? Is it male or female?" For example, they sometimes might not find it from mon or ma. They might find it from le or la. They might find it from un or une. Does that make sense? So your mind will possibly have at this stage, this intermediate stage, more of a memory from saying one or the other. So you might. It's just a trick to try. Try saying my of the object, try saying the of the object, try saying a of the object. Okay, good. Okay, so lovely. I'm looking forward to working with him.
J'ai hâte de travailler avec lui.
Good, go long. J'ai hâte de travailler avec lui. Bring up your throat. J'ai hâte de travailler avec lui.
J'ai hâte de travailler avec lui.
Good, okay. Good, and give me a little bit more of a flick on the end of that. So, j'ai hâte de travailler avec lui. So I can hear that it's travail, not travailler. Because there's a natural, particularly with certain accents, Parisian being one of them, travail, you have a bit of a kind of, what's called a double accroche. You have a bit of a bounce off travail anyway. So you want it travailler, you want the A in your mouth. So, j'ai hâte de travailler avec lui. Yeah?
J'ai hâte de travailler avec lui.
Travailler. Because j'ai hâte de travailler avec lui, to make it sound the infinitive.
J'ai hâte de travailler avec lui.
Great. Other one is attendre avec impatience. So, for example, I'm looking forward to it. Yes, you can say j'attends avec impatience travailler avec lui. Or give me I was looking forward to it if the compound is attendre avec impatience.
J'y attendais.
Yeah, but for the moment, let's quickly clarify a couple of things. If it's j'attends avec impatience, je l'attendais avec impatience would be fine, okay? Right, let's look at when we use I before attendre, which is what you will have come across. We use the verb attendre more than we do in English, because attendre will often double up for expect as well. Officially, s'attendre à quelque chose, so you gain a reflexive before and you gain the preposition à afterwards, is to expect. Yes, je m'attendais pas à ça. I wasn't expecting that, okay? So s'attendre à quelque chose is to expect, okay? So je m'y attendais, great. Loving the use of I for anything that's à figurative, but just for the moment, say je l'attendais avec impatience.
Je l'attendais avec impatience.
Okay, because I've already got a good level of French.
I've already got parce que j'ai déjà un bon niveau.
Great, so this is a lovely example. So well done. So you've quickly worked out got here is not like got in the passive. It's not like got as in an action, like I went to the shop and I got, j'ai cherché une bouteille d'eau. It's got as in kind of like possession. I have got. I have already got. Great. Now, when we're writing essays and you find yourself using haves or bees, this is where you almost on purpose go, right, I need something a little bit more, just for our three levels. So what would be other ways of saying you've got, as in, depending on the level, you can go all the way up to the register, all the way down to the register. So, je dispose de, yeah, dispose de, je dispose de, does that kind of thing make sense? Or, I'm in the possession of, or whatever kind of, so France is in the possession of various, whatever. Obviously you're saying, right, I've got a problem, j'ai un problème, okay? Or at the moment, I'm having to deal with a problem. En ce moment, je dois affronter un problème, or je dois résoudre un problème. So it's just one of those little things that when you're speaking and you know it's coming, it's absolutely fine, But if you, at your level, think, for my writing, I've got a limited amount of words, I'm not just going to use avoir if I can. I'm going to, use something else. Okay? Lovely. So, for example, I've got a good level of French. Je suis largement satisfait de mon niveau de français. Or j'arrive déjà à communiquer. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Just pretty much the same idea, but it would just show you off a bit more. Make sense? Good.
Yeah.
Lovely. How are you, Luke? How's things with you?
Comment ça va, Luke?
Quoi de neuf? What of new? Quoi de neuf? Good. So you're at the stage now where you're getting things into your voice that you're going to have voices coming up, if that doesn't sound too mentally unwell. So imagine I'm now somebody incredibly formal. Just run through a few vous options with me. So how are you if you're speaking to somebody, if you're vouvoying somebody? If you're role-playing with somebody and you're asking, I'm your grandparent's friend or something. So how would you say how I am? How would you ask how I am? So same aller for general how well someone's doing, but if we were using it with vous, what different ways could we say it? Just get them in your muscle memory. How are you doing if you're using vous?
Comment allez-vous?
So, comment allez-vous? Good. Est-ce que vous allez bien? Vous allez bien? So we're pretty much really looking at the same methods as normal, aren't we? So we've got vous allez bien, like tone of voice. You know what I always say, when it comes to questions, it becomes more formal if you don't just do the tone of voice. So if you're friendly with someone you're still being formal with, you can have those two together. Oui, bonjour monsieur, vous allez bien? That's fine. You're working on a reception, someone comes past, then oui, bonjour monsieur, vous allez bien? Do you want something to drink? Est-ce que vous voulez quelque chose à boire, monsieur? Would be slightly more formal than vous voulez quelque chose à boire, monsieur. So the inversion naturally loses a degree of formality. But something like this is fine. Yeah, so vous allez bien, monsieur? Est-ce que vous allez bien, monsieur? Vous allez bien ce matin, monsieur? Give me a little side detail. If you're role-playing and you're talking about business stuff or anything that you want, remember the next level up after doing, so you've got tuing somebody, yeah, tutoying somebody, then you've got vouing somebody, then you've got vouing somebody with the esque, which just sounds a little bit more formal, then you've got the would. So, for example, if I said, we're in a bar, and I say, do you want something to drink? Tu prends quoi? Yeah, tu prends quoi? Next level up, qu'est-ce que tu prends? Next level up, vous voulez quelque chose, vous prenez quelque chose. Next level up, est-ce que vous voulez quelque chose? Vous voudriez quelque chose? Would you want something? And then you're getting a little bit British about it, but it still happens. Vous ne voudriez pas quelque chose par hasard. You wouldn't want anything by any chance, same as we do in English. So, but the main one to be comfortable with is using vous both with a tone of voice and an esque, and also what was I saying? And also the conditional. So ask me again using vous. How am I? So using the verb aller for how am I?
Est-ce que vous allez bien?
Good. Link, est-ce que vous allez bien? Yeah. Yep. And what we want is we don't really want to be sounding off on est-ce que. It's not like a mega important part of the sentence. Est-ce que vous allez bien? Yeah, put the interest in the bien. Yeah, go on. Est-ce que vous allez bien?
Est-ce que vous allez bien?
Good, okay, lovely. Okay, est-ce que sounds a bit... If you're still thinking, if you're like, est-ce que ce soir tu... Then fine, but as a general rule, don't make it the sounded part of your sentence. Good, okay? Good. I've been learning French with you for a few months.
Can I say ça fait quelques mois?
Good, but put it in your throat rather than in your mouth.
Ça fait quelques mois que j'attends le français avec vous.
Good, but for the moment, go back to tutoyer. So ça fait quelques
Okay.
mois que. What's the word for what's I've been learning? Ça fait quelques mois que.
J'apprends.
Que j'apprends. Lovely. So no, j'attends. Good. Okay. So remember. We all do this in English as well. Which is why we do spoonerisms. You know, when we swap the sort of consonants in a word. But be dead careful that your mind, focusing on vowels, has gone a and en. So you actually came out with attend there rather than apprend, which is fine. Do you know what I mean? It's just to be mindful to lock down that total accuracy, because when you start with a and you know there's an on coming, your mind goes, yeah, I know this one. Relax now, I know this word, and your mind relaxes, which is exactly the technique and the tendency I want to develop with you. But when there's other similar words, yep. So say for me that I've been studying with you for a few months.
Ça fait quelques mois que j'apprends avec vous, avec toi.
Good, that I'm studying this time.
That I am studying.
Yeah. So no, good verb. You use learn, but give me study as a verb.
Oh, j'étudie.
Très bien. Okay. Lovely. Que j'étudie. Lovely. He studied in Paris.
Il a étudié à Paris.
Good. Il a étudié à Paris. Just go for me. And slide underneath. Lovely. With that as your base, go. Il a étudié à Paris. So there's kind of like an under sound that you just keep, like a conveyor belt that keeps coming across. So rather than il a étudié à Paris, you've got ouais, il a étudié à Paris. And if you try that ouais at the beginning, it just gives you that slow push. Ouais, il a étudié à Paris. It does it. The sound keeps going whether or not you've attached the vowel in French. Off you go. Start your sound before your vowel attaches to it. Go, il a étudié à Paris, which is basically like a bit slangy, crappy French, isn't it? But that's basically what we need. So just start your sound. Go,
il a étudié à Paris.
Lovely. Exactly. Go again, and I don't want now you gave me some nice sharp bum sounds in the middle of the and now I want the vowels to be longer when you use them. So ouais, il a étudié à Paris. Like this is obviously a bit sloppy, a bit kind of like bit gangster sounding in French, but I'd just like you to do it for the sound quality. So ouais, il a étudié à Paris. Don't make anything go again.
Il a étudié à Paris.
Lovely, good. Étudié, all of them. Ouais, il a étudié à Paris. Yeah, just go as I'm not saying do this, but just as an exercise for me, say il a étudié à Paris. Go.
Il a étudié à Paris.
Good, and it just gives you that flexibility. Ça te donne la flexibilité de le faire, okay, to do it. Ouais, il a étudié à Paris. C'était quelque chose. You can do the quick stuff, but as long as you can do the stuff with the vowels as well. Tu peux le faire assez vite, à condition que tu puisses le faire avec les voyelles en même temps. Good, okay, lovely. So he studied as well. Other thing to have, il a fait ses études. So we have étudier or faire ses études. So he studied medicine. Il a étudié la médecine, or il a fait les études de, or on if it's an area. Okay, so it's just something that we have. Okay, lovely. I finished my training 10 years ago.
Is that like the same as doing studies?
No, so if you're not sure, if you're like, don't know, just say don't know. Don't. I mean, this. If it's an exercise where I need you to go round and try and find something else, I'll say. But at the moment, this is like a vocab acquisition thing. So what's to train?
So, entraîner.
Lovely. So go long.
Entraîner.
Lovely. Now, when you're entraîner, it's a physical training. So, for example, if you're saying I'm training and you're going down the gym, Callum, and doing like sit-ups and press-ups, who is training whom at that point?
Me.
So, how would you say I'm training in a reflexive manner there?
Je m'entraîne.
Je m'entraîne. Good. Okay. Training, as in a mental training, although we often use it for skill sets of careers, is une formation. You're forming someone. So, j'ai fait ma formation à Paris. Say that for me.
J'ai fait what was it?
My formation. I did my formation in Paris. J'ai
fait ma formation à Paris.
Go again. Be careful with on Matt. Go.
J'ai fait ma formation à Paris.
Lovely, Callum. Okay.